Hi, so my name is Stacy, and I just decided to record a video because um, I feel like everyone else who has been on the low-fat raw vegan journey, they either don't have a lot of pictures from before they went low-fat raw vegan, or they just have some pictures, but it doesn't really show or convey like what they were like before. So, a little bit about me is that I've been vegan for the most part since January of 2011, and right now it's July 11th. Um, and I really feel like today is the first day of like the rest of my life eating low fat raw vegan. So I thought I'd record this, and it would serve as a good before picture for a lot of people. And I actually have known about low fat raw vegan since the end of June of last year. I found out about it. I read 80-10-10 right away. Like once I heard, it's funny. The very first time I saw the book, I was volunteering in a raw vegan restaurant, and I opened it and pretty much laughed because it said no more than 10% of your calories should come from fat. And I thought that was ridiculous. I was like, there's so much out there now that proves that fat doesn't make you fat. But then later on that week, I saw a review for it online somewhere because I had just been dabbling in the raw so much, and then after that review, I just decided I had to go out. So I just ran to Barnes and Noble, got the book like the next day, I think, and then by the end of that week, I started low fat raw vegan, and I did it for a month, and it went pretty well. And I had come from a lot of yo-yo dieting, like other people said. It's a long story. I'll make a video about it later if anyone's curious, but yeah, that can come later if you want to know. And so yeah, I did that for a month, and then I kind of fell on and off, on and off. Um, and and then I studied abroad, and I went there. I went to France actually, and I was going to a homestay, and the the woman I stayed with was really harassing me about what I was eating and what I like how I had no protein, and I was going to die if I didn't eat protein. And I mean, it was a lot of mental stress. And so one day, as if you know anything about France, um, everything is closed in France on Sundays. Pretty like literally everything. All the stores, you can't go anywhere. So I was traveling with a friend, and there was just nothing open that weekend. And so I decided to cave, and so I had pasta, um, and there was actually some meat in that too, but we won't go into that. Um, and and then I came back, and I was like, I kind of went on like a little binge of just eating like all this French food. And so then I came back that day super tired because we had barely slept. We were in the airport. And then I had like my last meal. I don't know if you guys do that ever, but yeah. So I did that, and then I got so sick the next day, and she just like freaked out on me. And I was like, you know, I got sick because I'm eating all this crap. So anyway, I ended up moving out of that homestay a little while after, but it just like, I guess I caved to the mental stress, and I wasn't really ready to stand up for it because I got out of that situation. I was in a better house where I could have done low fat raw vegan if I had wanted to. But I think, I mean, you physically get addicted to these foods, and it's just so intense, and I couldn't stop. So I was in France for 4 months, and I gained probably 30 pounds. And then I came back to the US, and I started low fat raw vegan again. and it wasn't so low fat, but I did stay raw for 2 months, and then I eventually caved as well because I was really, really sick. I ended up in the hospital with hyponatremia, which is your electrolytes being off balance, and I was actually low in potassium, and I was home alone. My mom had left for a couple of weeks, and I moved back in after studying abroad with my mom. So I'm in college. Sorry, I'm a senior now actually. And so anyway, I was home alone that week, and I called the ambulance, and they came, and they just looked around. It was probably, I think there were a total of 5 of them in here, and they were all overweight, and I would categorize like 3 of them as obese, and they were just looking at me like, what the hell has this girl done to herself? They were looking at my bananas and just pretty much laughing at all of it, and they were like, well, at least you're not potassium deficient. And it turned out I actually was. It's called hypokalemia. So anyway, it turned out that all of those problems, which, I totally believe in the it's not fruit's fault philosophy. So when I found out, like I was having so much problems, I just couldn't figure it out. And it turned out it was the water I was drinking. My mom had been getting this special, I think it was like a pH balance. I'm not even sure anymore. And she drinks it, and she says she feels great. And I think it could have killed me. So I was drinking that water for probably 4 months. I stopped in May, so I guess it was somewhere around 5. And sorry, my cat's down there. And so that was just like, so once I went off raw, I was like, okay, I have to get a lot of salt in me. I don't know what's going on. It just didn't make sense because I had done that 1 month before and I felt good, and this time around it was so hard. So that's one thing for sure. If low-fat raw vegan is working for you and you're just in the beginning stages, this is something you're going to want to do for the rest of your life, in my opinion at least. I don't know. Whether you know it or not now. So stick with it. Don't give up. Don't get curious, like, is this right for me? Because I was experimenting back when I went to France, and it was just a bad idea. I should have just stuck with it, and but I mean, I've been insecure about a lot of things, so the diet was just like another. But so anyway, sorry, I know this is like sloppy story. So then, yeah, I was drinking that same water, and I was eating crappy packaged foods. I managed to stay vegan mostly. I don't think I had any trouble. There were like 2 weeks where I had trouble, and so I just caved, and I ended up eating like 4 blocks of cheese, and I just smelled so bad. I couldn't handle it. Like, I think I smell bad sometimes now, and like the way I smelled that week was just disgusting. So I think that was the last time I really ever had a craving for non-vegan food. And so the symptoms didn't go away, and I didn't know what was going on. I tried to contact Dr. Graham, and just so many issues that I couldn't figure out why this was happening anymore. Like, had I done extreme damage to myself? And I didn't know why, because I just thought low-fat raw vegan is the thing. Like, there's no other thing that could make it good. Or like life better. So yeah, it turned out that it was not the diet, it was the water. So here I am now. I'm off the water, and I feel like I'm over my food addictions for the most part right now. And I obviously, like, I feel like I have the capacity to eat what I need, to stay on the low-fat raw vegan path. So I don't think there's going to be any trouble from here on out. And I'm excited. And today I got my shirts from the Raw Advantage. They just came in. So it's like the perfect day for it to be the beginning of the rest of my life. So yeah, I hope everyone else out there, if you're working on being 80-10-10, or if this is the first time you've ever heard about it, which I doubt it will be, because there's so many other people who are better leaders than me, at least right now for me. I mean, I would, long term, I really feel like I do want to show everyone what this diet can do. I know even my brothers, he just like, he didn't believe, like, no protein, like, what's gonna happen? So once you hear that question enough, like, now I have a good enough skin where it just bounces off, and actually people don't even ask me that much anymore. And maybe it's because I'm not telling them like fruit is all I eat, but like it doesn't seem to be coming in as much anymore. So and yeah, actually, like, so since anyway, another reason that I'm doing this is because I feel like a lot of like people out there, especially the girls who come from a background of like not wanting to overeat or things like that, they don't entirely trust what's going on. Like, you can read the things that Freely says, or like see all the testimonials, but it's just like, I feel like you need the videos to know what's really going on. Because even Freely, I don't quite understand her story, because she said she went on the fruit and then she underate for a long time. I think she said like 9 months. I don't even know. That's probably not right. Don't hold me to that. But so it's like, when people know that she's lost weight, I think there's some doubt as to be like, well, was she eating the 3,000 calories and losing weight, or was it because she underate for a while? And then like, how does this whole timeline work? So I don't know how much I weigh right now. I weigh, I think, over 160 pounds, and I'm 5'6"-ish. So like I said, 10 months ago, I was about 120 maybe. Yeah, so I could easily be 165. I don't know. This is the most I've ever weighed in my life. It's crazy, but even right now that I've changed the water, changed a little bit, I've been doing higher fruit a lot lately. I think even my body's starting to change a little bit. So I'm scared to step on a scale. But anyway, you have an idea. So I guess that's it. I guess I feel like I need to keep talking because this is the first video I've ever done. And I didn't write anything down. I was actually on my computer doing stuff for my marketing class, and it was with Accents, so I needed to plug in the video camera, and then I just decided to do this. So more videos to come, hopefully.